Hi guys, I'm Angelique van Zel, and today we're going to look at cross elasticity of demand, in other words XED, and how to calculate it and why we use it. Let's look at the definition for cross elasticity of demand, XED. It is the numerical measure of the responsiveness of demand for one product following a change in the price of a related product alone. In other words, it is how sensitive or responsive is the quantity demanded of one product following a change in the price of another product. In other words, cross elasticity of demand measures how much quantity demanded of one product will rise or fall given a change in the price of another product. Let's look at the formula for cross elasticity of demand. So XED's formula is the percentage change in the quantity demanded of product A divided by the percentage change in the price of product B. So let's simplify this mathematically. So we have the percentage change in the quantity demanded of A divided by the percentage change and the price of B. So when we are looking at cross elasticity of demand, it will either tell me if the products are complements or substitutes. So when we are looking at substitute products, it says here, two substitute products, butter and margarine, will have positive values of XED. So when you see a value of XED and you see it say, for example, +2, it means that those two products are substitute products and that the value is relatively elastic. So it also says here, this means that if the price of B goes up, then people will turn to A because of its relative price. So demand for A increases and vice versa. So if the price of butter goes up, then people will turn to margarine and the demand for margarine will increase. Let's look at an example of a substitute in terms of cross elasticity of demand. So if we look at this one, it says a rise in the price of butter, which I was referring to earlier, from 20 Rand to 21 Rand causes a rise in the demand for margarine from 1,000 to 1,240. And again, you will see our formula, and then we're going to move on. Let's work out that percentage change in the quantity demanded for margarine. So how are we going to do this again? As we always do, and we want to work out a percentage change, I'm going to take that difference. So it went from 1,000 to 1,240. So the difference between 1,000 and 1,240 is 240. And then I'm going to divide it by the original. The original quantity was 1,000, and I'm going to times it by 100, and that should give me 24%. Now I'm going to do the same with the percentage change in the price. So let's look at that one. The price went from 20 Rand. Sorry guys, I am from South Africa, so it's going to be rands. And it's going from 20 to 21 Rand, and the difference between these two is 1. So I'm going to use the same. I'm going to use the difference which is 1, over the original, which was 20, and I'm going to times it by 100, and that should give me 5%. I just want to show you a nicer layout of what I just did on the screen in rough. So here you can see I have the 24% that we worked out as the percentage change in the quantity demanded of butter, and I have the percentage change in the price of butter. So now we have to go back to that original formula of mine. So remember, these ones are just maybe step 1 and step 2. And I have to go back to step 3, which is that original formula of mine. But I'll show you now. So here we are back at our original formula. So this would be my step 3 as I spoke about. You don't have to call it that. I just call it that. So when we're looking at this formula, remember we worked out that percentage change in the quantity demanded of margarine as 24%, and we worked out that percentage change in butter as 5%. So if I take 24% divided by 5%, it's going to give me a value of 4.8. And this is a positive value. Why I'm saying this is what happened to quantity demanded for margarine? It went up. What happened to the price of butter? It went up. So a plus divided by a plus gives me a plus. And I did say to you that when I'm dealing with substitutes, they will have a value of plus, or the sign would be plus when I'm dealing with XED, and that will tell me that the product is a substitute. And now I'm going to take it one step further. Going back to when we did like PED, we said that if the value is greater than 1, it is elastic. If it is smaller than 1, it is inelastic. So if I look at this value of 4.8, it is telling me that this product is a substitute because of the sign, and it's telling me that it is relatively elastic because it is greater than 4.8 is greater than 1. Next up, complement products. An example of complement products are computers and printers or software. And these values would normally be negative XED values. So if you see a value of, say, for example, -2, the minus will indicate that these products are complement products, and that value of 2 says that it is relatively elastic because it's greater than 1. Further on, it says this means that if the price of B goes up, the quantity demanded of B will drop, and so will the complementary demand for A, and vice versa. Let's look at our second example. This example deals with complementary or complement products. So it says the average price of software falls from 600 Rand to 570 Rand. And this encourages extra sales of PCs so that demand increases from 1,500 to 1,515. Again, you will see our final formula there. It's smiling at us. So we're going to use it in our last step, step number 3. So let's get cracking. So let's first look at the percentage change in the quantity demanded for PCs. So if I have a look, it went from 1,500 to 1,515. Again, I have to work out the difference. So the difference is 15 between these two, and it is going to be divided by that 1,500, which was the original amount. I'm going to times it by 100, and that should give me 1%. Now, next, I'm going to work out the percentage change in the price of software. and the price went from 600 Rand to 570. So the difference there is going to be 30. And the original 600. I'm going to times it by 100, and that should give me 5%. So this was step 1, step 2, and now we're going to go back to our original formula, step number 3, and we're going to complete our calculation of XED. So I just want to show you a nicer layout again, and you'll see here again we have our step number 1, which was the change in the quantity demanded of PCs, and we have the percentage change in the price of software, and we got 1% for the change in the quantity demanded for PCs and 5% in the price change of software. Now step 3. So we can see here that we have worked out that 1% increase, and that was for PCs. So there was an increase. And we could see that the price of software, there was a percentage decrease. So that's minus. And if I take a plus divided by a minus, it's going to give me a minus sign. And that minus sign indicates that these two products are complementary products. And that 0.2 value of mine tells me that it is smaller than 1, and that indicates that it is relatively inelastic. Awesome. I hope you understand XED, or Cross Elasticity of Demand, a bit better, and that this video was useful, and that you actually understand that we use XED to discern if products are complements or if they are substitute products of each other. And if you found this video helpful, guys, please go and like this video and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys really, really soon. Bye.